Hello everyone and welcome back to PRL Division 3 Season 17 race in Austria. As you can see, it's going to be a bit of a very wet qualifying, which is going to be very exciting. Hopefully one of the guys in the actual race will let us know in the chat what the actual weather is for the race as well. But today I am joined by Tamd and Mr. RJW. If you guys would like to say hello.
Hello.
Wagwan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've already got one of the Williams out in, I think is that Emperor? No, Emperor's just coming out now, it's Bellon. We've actually already got quite a few people coming out. Let's see, is it Inter's weather? Is it?
We've got majority of drivers on Inters
In
by the
fact,
looks of things.
all of the drivers are in Inter's from the looks of things as well.
Okay. It's
So,
interesting because it does look like it's raining really heavily. I was quite surprised by that.
yeah. But whilst obviously all the drivers are on their out laps, let's get the results up so far of the Drivers' Championship.
I've got them here.
Okay.
So we've got Old School leading the championship on 121 points, 11 points ahead of Coco. Both of those guys really consistent in the last three races. Then we've got a bit of a gap down to Wave Intel, who's on 86. Who, to be honest, he probably should be up there with those guys based on pace, but he's struggled a little bit with consistency. Then we've got Dave Javu in fourth, just 4 points behind Wave. Brie in fifth on 55. With some very consistent finishes as of late. Robert in P6 on 54, so just 1 point behind Bree. And then we've got Maka, who's had a good run of form as of late on 45. Silent Bob, Heated, and Yamez rounding out the top 10 in the standings.
All looking like they're 1 point between each other as well. Very interesting.
Yeah, very close. Yeah.
But,
Everyone's in the wall.
oh, who's that in the wall?
Everybody's in the wall at the final corner.
Just come straight into the pit. Cannot say I blame him. We're going to have Bellon, that's going to be the first one across the line. He's already on his lap at the moment. We'll see obviously what he does as his first lap. Then we can go off of what people are going to say. As he runs a little bit wide into the grass.
Ooh. Have to get out of the throttle there. I believe he has backed off of that lap. So I'm looking at Coco right now, who's obviously a championship contender. So we'll see how he's able to get on in these tricky conditions. Coming down towards turn 5, I believe. I'm not quite too sure. Goes down into 5th gear. And yeah, really not great out there in terms of conditions. Having to be very tentative on the throttle. Short shifting into 6th before this complex got into the last two corners now. As he gets on the power, goes right out onto the outside curve. Car on the left is able to get a pit as Bellin does 17.0, so he did continue on that lap. I've got yellow flags. Doesn't look like Coco's pushing particularly hard. Wave's done a 13.5.
Got Coco,
Emperor
goes
16.4.
P2.
So Wave 13.5. Yeah, I expect he's going to be up there fighting for pole, to be honest, based on pace. We'll see how he gets on indeed. We've got Heated coming around the final corner now, up to the line. What's he going to do? It's
Invalid.
I believe it's, yeah, invalid anyway.
So we've also got a new driver on the grid from the looks of things. Someone called Jabbo in the Renault. I can't remember who he was taking over for Dave. And he's just gone pole. Or provisional pole at the moment. Who is it he was taking over for?
It would have been Steve-O, I think.
Might have been.
Because he's in the Renault.
Unless Jabbo is Steve-O, I'm honestly not too sure. But P1 so far is not too bad of a result. Let's see how the other Renault's getting on.
Really tight between him and Wave. It's like 17 thousandths of a second, so it's incredibly close.
Very close.
Those guys.
Coco's just improved. Dave has gone into P6. Looks like Bellon is probably, or he's still carrying on with a few of his laps now, just trying to improve. Bob looks like he's going quite slow around turn 5. As it looks like, was that heated? Oh, Old School's out.
Old School. Well, that's huge for the championship then. He's only on a 14.9. He's going to slip further down the standings, you would think. So that's a real opportunity for Coco, currently in P3, to really make a stamp on this. See if he's able to get himself up there. Yeah, really interesting there for Old School. Potentially throwing away the championship lead. We'll obviously have to see how the race goes. Definitely too early to really say anything. That's Coco. Doesn't look like he's on a particularly fast lap.
I think Wave's just about to come over the line now as well. Probably looking like he's going to be on a quicker lap.
Here comes Wave. Doesn't improve
No.
or invalidated.
Macca's just put in chat, Old School is clearly past it, so obviously we are missing Macca tonight, but he's still going to be here to watch Old School bottle what would probably be his championship hopes at the moment.
Well, we're dragging in as many people as did one at the moment, so
yeah,
everyone wants to see the Old School a bit of
let's see, have we got anyone else that's coming up towards the final corner at all? Looks like just most of the drivers are starting their laps now. I think Bob's probably going to be the first one unless he goes into the pits. Let's see. No, Bob's staying out. Is he going to be able to...
So it's worth pointing Wave on his lap. He's a half a tenth up, which isn't much. He's got a car right in front of him, which could interrupt his progress into this final corner. That's Bellin, who might be on a hot lap himself, so he has every right to, he's entitled to stay ahead, and that's definitely cost Wave some time. He's going to get slipstream on the run to the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does. Does a 13.1 on pole for the moment.
Brilliant stuff from Wave, as obviously, as you're saying, Bellin on a lap himself. Thought he may have slowed Wave down a little bit. Didn't obviously manage to cause him too much time. I reckon he's probably a pole lap would be like mid 12s, mid to high 12s.
Yeah,
you guys reckon?
I'd say mid about 12 6s, 12 7s.
Yeah. So it's going to be relatively close. As we've got quite a few more people now coming out of the pits. Surprisingly, we've still got 4 people that haven't done their laps at the moment.
Yeah, most of them have just exited. So Ryan is, I believe, is just coming through onto his lap just now in the Toro Rosso.
LFC's just gone really wide over at the hairpin.
He isn't on his lap though, so that's fine. I don't really know what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's currently just driving on grass, breaking all of the boards on the side, as he looks like he might end up getting in the way of one of the Force Indians. I think that's Karkkonen. Yeah, Karkkonen looks like he's on a lap at the moment. Still on 4 lap olds. That's not good.
I think that was just a loss of traction there, really.
Yeah, I think he was put off by the Ferrari.
Yeah, it put him off.
RJ, by the way, your mic is quite quiet. Just to let you know.
I realised I've been trying to change it the whole stream. Yeah, right, okay, that should be better. If I break earphones,
that's a lot better. As Karkkonen is actually staying out. In fact, he's just gone quicker than what he actually did.
And he if you look at some of the guys in front of him, he could have been up and around P5, P6 sort of range.
I'd probably say even higher than that, yeah.
Yeah, probably in P4ish, maybe in front of Coco.
Yeah.
Who's just started a lap. Into turn 1 now, keeps it in 4th gear. He's got Emperor that's coming out of the pits just in front of him. Hopefully he does get out of the way. And he's going to get a nice little slipstream from him, and he does back out, thankfully, as he does 17.5 in the first sector.
Let's stay on board with the with one of the championship contenders, with Coco. Watch him just do his hot lap.
It's coming down now towards turn 3, brakes, downshift into 3rd gear. We could have been into 2nd, maybe to help the rotation, but of course we are in the wet. So fair play to him for doing that.
Can't reach the 2nd.
It's on 6 lap old intermediate tyres.
Wow.
And he's still going a lot quicker. From the looks of things, I believe the track is drying up. Oh, Coco's just going a little bit wide.
Yeah, it does look like it.
I don't think it'll get to dries by the end, but it'll be significantly faster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As here we go, Coco coming down the final corner now, onto the back straight. Is it going to be an improved time at all? It isn't. So he still remains in P4. As I think Bree has just improved on his lap, or it was Ibo. May have been Ibo.
Well, Bree anyway, who's in P10 at the moment, he was a 10th.5 up in the first sector. He's really revving out his engine.
Oh, LFC has gone very wide on the hairpin once again. Just staying all the way on the outside.
Ooh,
trying not to get in anybody's way.
Bree almost drops up in the run towards turn 4 where we saw a Karkinen was having off. That seems to be counting drivers out. It can be very tricky in the wet, I know from experience, so don't blame these guys struggling quite a bit in the tricky conditions.
Yeah,
we've got
exactly.
Bree now coming into the penultimate corner. Takes it in 4th gear, very aggressive. Oh, a lot of oversteer going into the final corner. And that's going to compromise him quite heavily. I believe he's still going to run up to the line though.
He improved. He was improved, so. Maka putting in the chat, I went to the year 3000 and Mark is still in a wall. Well, that's obviously what Mark does best in the wet conditions. Good old Mark.
His opinions are not my opinions.
Yes.
You are still in the walls now.
Yeah. As his teammate LFC still hasn't set a lap just yet. Obviously, I think invalidating it a lot of the time. He did get a good run out of turn 1 though. I believe this is actually going to be a proper lap. He's trying now. Down the hairpin. Going to get a decent exit out of it. As Jabbo actually goes P1. 4-lap old intermediate tyres. So the track, I think is definitely drying up.
Yeah, so I think these times from the likes of Wave, Con, Coco, they're not really going to be that representative because, you know, we're just going to get quicker lap times as the track dries up. Coco on a lap right now, he's coming through the final sector, up towards the penultimate corner there. It should have enough ERS to finish the lap, breaks down, keeps it in 5th gear. Oh, I believe he's going
in the pit, yeah. So right back on board of LFC as he's coming on to the final sector now as well. The only one that still hasn't set a lap just yet. It's looking like quite a decent lap as well. He's got Emperor just in front of him. He's gone very wide, and I think that's probably invalidated it. Yeah, he slowed right down.
Yeah, it has indeed. As we've got Ibo, he's gone out on the super soft tyres, interestingly. I'm not sure if that was a mistake.
I mean, if you want to be the one to try it, that's completely up to you.
This turns into a godly strategy, then.
Oh, look at the grip. Look at the grip he's got. He's tried to put on the power, and he's not spun it. Let's see how he's going to deal with it at the hairpin. Oh,
he's not turning at all. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't spun it. Where I've seen quite a few people spin it at that hairpin. Although it looks like he may end up spinning it on a straight.
He's got Wave and Tail up behind him. The Wave was 3/10 down in the first sector on a 17.
LFC's spun at the hairpin. Does not like this hairpin, does he?
I was trying to figure out what that was then. Because he was at such an awkward angle.
He's just completely parked it.
Unable
he's been disqualified. So LFC disqualified from the session without setting a lap, so he'll start in the back.
Oh, Ivo on the grass.
Yeah, his brave strategic decision, clearly not paying off.
The Toro Rosso guys moved to McLaren now.
Let's have a look at the Force India driver.
Out of the session.
Not too good for the Ferrari pairing. However, Ryan and Emperor still need to try and see if they can get ahead of Old School.
Oh, Ivo.
Oh, he's just been reset to track.
You got reset,
okay.
He's just doing it for the viewers. Doing it for the viewers.
It's okay, you got your moment of fame on stream, that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
He is going to get a chance to... He is going to get a chance to change stances at least, as the track dries up.
Of course. Ryan has just improved on his lap time, a 1:15.6, still not too good, just runs a little bit wide on the first corner. Quite a few cars now doing their laps. I think they're probably waiting until the best moment when the track is probably more dried up, or as dried up as it could possibly be.
Wave Intel is a 10.5 up on his time at the moment. Coming through now towards turn 8 and 9. Let's see how he's going to negotiate this.
Yellow's in sector 3.
And it doesn't look like it's going to affect Wave at all. As he nails the final corner, gets a little bit of
really good.
It comes up to the line now, and he does a 12.7.
Oh, okay.
Great lap.
Very good lap from him, especially on 4 lap old intermediate tyres as well.
Yeah.
It's a very good lap from Wave.
Well, Jabber just mapped it and Conre's on his quick lap now, so you see that go. I don't know. I'm wrong.
Interestingly enough, Coco isn't actually out of the pits, so I believe if Coco doesn't come out now,
he's exiting now.
Will he have enough time?
I think
he'll just about, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna
he'd have to put in a flying lap on his outlap.
He should be fine. Because very close to the pit wall there. But I think he's just looking to be the last one to cross the line.
Yeah.
They're both still on the surface.
Also, what I didn't realise, Karkkonen has gone up to P5 in doing a 1:13.5.
Yeah.
So not too bad of a lap from him.
Not right.
He has backed off on this lap though, maybe invalidated, because he was a little bit up in the first sector.
Ibo's still out on them super soft tyres, and he's just spun.
Jabber was a temp down in the first sector.
See, I really hope that he doesn't get in the way of anyone. Don't rejoin. Oh, I'm not quite sure about this. Because I really don't want other people's laps to be affected.
Whereabouts is Coco on track? Oh yeah, he can easily do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Coco's definitely getting 1 lap in, as long as he doesn't get it invalidated. Then all should be good. We've got Jabbo that's coming up towards the final corner now.
It's not a very good lap from Jabbo. He's about 10th up, I think.
Oh.
He was in the middle sector.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing another lap anyway, but he did improve on that lap. But he feels like he could go a bit quicker. Oh, it's gone well wide. I think that's invalidated. I won't be surprised if that's invalidated.
Not getting another chance.
Wave has backed off of his lap. So down to Coco then. And Coco coming down the straight.
Heated goes P6, so decent effort from Heated.
Good lap from him, yeah. I feel like the track conditions may even be a little bit too dry now compared to the optimal.
Yeah, it stopped raining, so this is the best chance that people got. Karkkonen coming down towards the final corner, same with Bree. I wonder if these two will improve on their times. Karkkonen might actually end up improving on his time. He's done a 1:13.1, but it was invalid.
Oh, that would have been P3, would have been a fantastic spot for the race.
It's gone board with Coco, second to last corner.
Oh, sliding, big slide around the penultimate corner. That might have cost him. He goes all over the curve as well. Up to the line. It's
P4. Jabbo's pit. We've just got Hammers, who's also crashed it into the wall.
So that is it then. Wave in hell in pole position. With Coco, that is huge for the championship. Coco in P4.
So decent effort from Wave, obviously being in qualifying on pole position. Jabbo, I don't know if it's the same driver as anyone or if it's a completely new driver, but good effort from him in P2. Conreese P3, Coco in P4, Karkkonen in P5, Heated 6th, Hammers in 7th, Robert in 8th, Dave in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Bree.
Old school put in the chat, that will brake tested me, GP2 win.
What corner was it that you lost it at, Mark? We couldn't see it on the stream.
Oh, it was either the penultimate corner on or the lead up to it, because that's where the yellow flags. So
Right,
I
okay.
switched off him as he came out the second left-hander,
And then he crashed it.
and then he crashed it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was in between them and the penultimate corner, I think.
Yeah, so outside top 10, we've obviously got Ibo, Bob, Bellon, our championship leader, Old School, Ryan, Emperor, and LFC, who did not set a lap at all. Very unfortunate for him.
So with Wave on pole and Coco in P4, we could see a huge shake-up in the championship race. So that's going to be a really interesting thing to watch. Also, you've got Old School is going to have to try and make a comeback drive through the field if he wants to maintain that lead over Coco.
Yeah.
So,
Old School put in the chat, turn 7, invalidated it and lost it a bit and tried to tap the wall lightly, and well, didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah. This does make it interesting for the race. Old School being down the field, because obviously him being the championship leader, he needs to fight back through. But who's he battling in the championship? It's Coco.
Coco and
Coco and
Wave.
Wave.
Well, Wave's obviously in pole,
Mm.
so that's good for him. But Coco's not exactly in the best position.
He's in P4, so it's not too bad still.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's not where he would want to be, but it's
one thing that's going to be really interesting. Turn 1, very, very narrow, and the hairpin as well. So that we could see quite a lot of incident down there. It's not what we want to see, but there's definitely a high possibility of that happening. So we'll watch out for that. That's going to advantage the guys at the front because they'll have more space to work with. So Wave, very important for him to get on pole. And we've already got Emperor.
Emperor has already been DSQ'd. Not good at all. Not good at all. So Old School looking to see if he can fight through this pack all the way down in P14. He's starting on the soft tyres. Let's have a look. We've only got Ibo. He's starting on the ultra softs along with heated. So both of those are going to try and see if they can do the solid one stop.
I highly doubt that. I don't think they can make it work, but we'll
it would be very, very tough, especially how it went in the D2 race. A lot of people couldn't handle a one stop on the ultra softs. They had to try and do a two stop. So it will be interesting to see what people will do. See if they will be able to take these ultras to do a one stop. Obviously we've got Wave and Jabbo, the two leaders on the super soft tyres.
So one thing that's going to be interesting, Con Reese on the softs and a pack of super soft runners. So it's likely they will be off the line slower than these guys, which could cause a lot of bunching up. And we'll have heated, who I believe to be on the ultras. He's going to be charging through as well. So a lot of interesting tyre choices lined up here as we begin to form up on the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix.
As Emperor is already on the grid for getting that DSQ on the formation lap, so his tyres are going to be freezing cold. He is down in P16, but he's still got LFC that's just going to be behind him, that's looking to try and overtake. I mean, I'm interested to see how Heated's going to do, especially on the ultra soft tyres. Wondering if he could make it up through the pack, as we're now waiting for the 5 red lights to come on for the Austrian Grand Prix in D3. We've got 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. And it looks like the false India of Karkin has got a very good start. And same with Coco. It's gone around the outside of Wave. Is now into P2. A little bit of contact in the background. I believe that was Robert and Karkinen. Karkinen actually made it up into P4.
It looks like Karkinen went into the back of Jabbo. It's got 2 leaders, Wave and Tilt on the inside of Coco.
Oh, Jabbo going on the inside.
Jabbo with his contact. And I believe it's only him that's really got damage from that. I'm not quite 100% sure.
Let's go back here. We've got Con Reese in P4. Getting challenged here by Karkinen, who has got a little bit of front wing damage, as we know. The Renault of Dave has just gone straight deep into both of the Force Indias. Has got the move done, but that wasn't a very clean move at all.
No, not at all. Very instant pack start here as the 2 leaders already with a 1.3 second gap over Jabba, who also may have front wing damage. I think we'll be seeing quite a few cars diving into the pits at the end of this lap. So Wave leads from Coco, 2 tenths between them, and they've already gapped the rest of the field as we come to the end of the first lap.
Looked like Coco got a little bit of understeer when he was behind Wave coming into the final corner. It's going to affect him a little bit, and it's going to make Wave starting to get away as well. As yeah, we've already got Robert in the pit. Is anybody else coming in towards the pits, or is it just Robert? Oh, yeah, we've got Bob into the pits as well, so obviously he must have gotten a little bit of front wing damage on the beginning lap. Let's see, we've got, looks like what, oh, Heated as well. He's been a big loss. Started in P6, he must have gotten quite a bit of front wing damage.
Old School already up to P8 just behind Bellin. So good starts from them. So we've got Bellin, Old School and Ryan all up 6 places, LFC as well, so they're really the big movers off the start. LFC's just got past Karkinen.
Yeah, Karkinen has definitely got something wrong. I think he has got quite a bit of front wing missing.
Yeah,
he's now getting pressured from Ivo.
His impact off, so...
Yeah, you can see it.
He's holding him up quite a lot. He's going to have a look into the penultimate corner. Don't do it there. Is he going to pit? No, he's going to run wide and stay out. It's very interesting. We've expected him to come in.
We've got into the pits. Changing his front wing as well.
Meanwhile, Jabo in the slipstream of Con Racer for P3 down towards the hairpin. Con obviously on those soft tyres. He's going to have less grip down the inside. Goes Jabo, very tentative move.
Oh, that was slight contact, maybe some desync on it, but now you've got the other Renault of Dave Janvu in the background trying to see if he can get the move done on his teammate and the McLaren. DRS has also been enabled, so that means it's going to be very easy for him to catch up to these two if they end up getting a bit of a scrap. Don't forget as well, Jabo has a little bit of front wing damage.
This is all playing into the hands of Old School, really, because he's trying to get himself past Ballon, but if they battle more, going to bring him really into this, so...
Oh, Dave runs a little bit wide there. And I think Dave... Did he go off the track then? No, he's just going a little bit too slow.
So quite a few soft runners up near the front. Conry's the top runner of them. As Jabo's dropped back from Karkinen's lost out to Ebo. Finally, he is pitting. And Ebo... He spun it? I can't quite see. Karkinen's in the pits.
Finally
changing
his front wing.
He went very wide out the penultimate corner, so...
We've got a battle here for P6 as Old School's going down the inside of Bellin on up into the hairpin. Is he going to be able to get the move done? It looks like he will for now, but is Bellin going to be able to actually get the move back on him? He's going to have DRS on Old School. Let us see. Is he going to be able to come back coming into turn? Is that 4 or 5? I'm honestly not too sure.
Turn 4.
It's not going to be able to at all, but is now getting pressurised from Ryan, who's behind him on the super soft tyres. So I expect Ryan to probably get past him relatively quickly.
And he's going to defend to turn 7. Quite odd there. As Old School now beginning to gap these guys. The next cut of the road is Dave. You'd expect the two of them to have reasonably similar pace. Jabo looks like he's holding up his teammate a little bit as he's dropped back from Conreys. Is almost 6 seconds off the lead now, as Coco looks like he might have a run on Wave, going down towards turn 2, in the slipstream of the pass. It's going to be
has the DRS as well, goes around the outside. It's be a very good move if he manages to get this done. They're both side by side. He's on the outside, he's got a very good run of that as well. But Wave does have DRS back on him.
Looks like Wave just got caught on the curb there on the inside and that lost his momentum.
He's going to try down the inside.
Very late.
Contact.
Are going to be so much worse.
Yeah, I think they'll both get away without damage there. Very risky from Wave. And we've seen him a couple of times already this season. He's been just a little bit erratic when it comes to wheel-to-wheel racing.
So here we have it. After the first 5 laps, we've got Wave up in P1 still, with Coco up into P2, Comrie remaining in P3, Jabba down 2 places, P4, who also still has what we think a bit of front wing damage from going into the back of Coco on lap 1. Dave in P5, his teammate. Old School up into P6 from P14, so he's done a very good effort so far.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we've got the move between the two Reynolds. Dave down the inside of Jabo into turn 1.
Jabo!
Gets the move done, and there's going to be he's right in the slipstream here. He's got the DRS on him, and he's going to annoy his teammate Dave there. He pulls up to the outside, Jabo down towards turn 3. Who's going to be later on the brakes? And it's Dave lunging down the inside. Can he hold? Oh!
Bit of contact
between them. And Dave just does hold the place. He does have that DRS to defend as Jabo goes up to the outside. These two Reynolds are not yielding as Dave, as he just overshot it a little bit. Old School's now right with them. This is playing right into the Ferrari man's hands. And it's going to be a late move. Oh, don't try it there. And he does back off.
It's now giving Old School the run. He's going to be catching up to Jabo relatively quickly. As I said, we think that Jabo has got some front wing damage, hence why Dave's obviously managed to get past him relatively quickly, especially with him being on the super soft tyres.
He's really struggling through the right-handers, Jabo.
Oh yeah, Old School's going to have DRS on him as well now.
So much for the right-handers. Not good around here.
He is getting that DRS from Dave, which helped him to defend into turn 1, but you can see he's really struggling.
He's gone very wide. This looks like this could be the move for Old School as he goes around on the inside of Jabo. Is he going to be able to get this move done? It looks like he should be able to. Yeah, and he moves straight back onto the racing line as well. But he's now going to have DRS on Dave. So is he going to be able to get this move done on Dave as well for P4?
Oh, we got a move for the lead there. Coco down the inside of Wave into turn 3. And is Wave going to try and come back at him? Don't try it there. And he does back off.
We've also just had Ryan that spun at the hairpin.
I think Coco's been tagged. I think Wave has tagged Coco. That he spun around the Sauber driver as Con almost goes into the back of him, and looks like Wave as he easing off to let these guys back in,
looks like Here we go, and it's just going to put Conreese. He's going to go straight down the inside. Gets the move done. So Conreese now moves into P1. Coco into P2. Is he going to be able to try and get the move done in the penultimate corner? He's not. But down the straight, they're going to have Coco is going to have DRS, and so will Wave. Will they be able to get the move done up now? Not now, but probably into the hill of the hairpin. Gets a good exit on that.
This is so important.
Very good for the front three because Old School's caught 9 seconds.
Coco down the inside of Connery. Sorry to interrupt you. He's managed to get the move done. Connery is obviously now going to get DRS on him as well, but Wave is also going to be trying to get past him. He is catching him.
And of course Connery's on the soft.
Goes down the inside of Con.
He's
done exactly the same thing as what he done to Coco.
Right.
Aggressive, but he just about managed to keep it clean. Old School now less than 3 seconds off. He must not be able to believe what he's seeing. He's less than 4 seconds off the lead.
During all that battling, we had Ryan's still in the pits. He was in the pits, spun.
Yeah, up towards the hairpin, I think it was.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got a battle for P7 between LFC and Bree. LFC actually doing really well to get up into P7 considering he started down in last place, or P17. Bree's going to have the DRS on him, but I don't think he's going to be able to get the move done into the first corner. So it's probably, just being patient. Yeah. But we've actually got Bellin and Heated going side by side into the first corner. Heated has now managed to get the move done on Bellin, and Heated is going to get the DRS, so he's going to be able to get away, but Bellin is going to have the slipstream on him.
In the slipstream.
Is he going to be able? He's going to go down for the move on the inside. No, he's not going to. He thought better of it, which is fair enough.
As I'm just watching this battle for the lead now, Wave. To be honest, he does look like he's the fastest man on track, but he's getting bottled up behind Coco. Con is trying to keep up with these guys, and he's in a fantastic position on the soft tyres. That contact between them has just brought him right into this battle for the victory. He gets a little bit of a slide on. As Dave does seem to also have pretty solid pace as he's keeping with Old School. Jabo has dropped off from these guys, and he could be in the clutches of the likes of LFC and Bree, who are very close to each other on the track. As down the inside goes Bree, that's a late move, and is LFC going to be able to hold it around the outside? The side by side, we're in the final corner. LFC runs off the track, and I think he may have been pushed off. I'm not quite sure. He is going to keep that position, but Bree in the slipstream. Is he going to go for another late move?
Oh, he is indeed.
He does. And he goes side by side around turn 1. LFC does well to hold it around the outside.
But Bree has got DRS.
And we're going to come back to the lead battle because side-by-side Wave goes down the inside of Coco. They're wheel-to-wheel going into turn 3. Wave has got the line and surely the place. Coco wise not to keep that fight going. And he's just going to chuck in behind and fight another day, I guess. As Wave now leads, and we'll see if he's able to create a gap.
Yeah, very good move from Wave going down it on the straight. Obviously, Breeze managed to get past LFC, and Jabbo also came into the pits to change his front wing. So Jabbo's now going to have to do a two-stop strategy as he's gone onto the ultra soft tyres. Got the battle for the lead still. Coco has got DRS on Wave. Don't think he's going to be able to get the move done into turn 1, or is he? He's looking to do it.
Oh, half-hearted. I don't think he was really intending to go for the move there, but just trying to throw Wave off.
And he's got quite a bad run as well. Wave got a very good run out of the first corner. He's going to try and do it defensive though.
He'll try to switch back.
Interestingly
really nice
enough,
run on the exit.
Yeah, interestingly enough though, Wave has got barely any ERS. Coco is now burning it all up. He's going down the inside of Wave. He's managed to get the move done, but Wave's looking to come back onto him. Both going side by side yet again. Oh, this is very tight. This is very tight.
This is incredible racing, and it's Coco that comes out on top of the inside line, but this has helped Colin Reese immensely. He's now almost back on them.
Yes, he's done a very good job to be able to move back into P1. Obviously, this battle for the lead is not stopping anytime soon. Obviously, when they come into the pits, it will be tight to see who's going to be the one that comes out on top with them. Although Conreese is also on the soft tyres and keeping up with these two super soft runners, it's going to help him massively along with Old School and Dave. So we'll see what those guys will be able to do when they have to come into the pits as well.
And Old School and Dave, both of them catching Conreese as well. So we've got the top 5 all kind of converging on each other here. So we could have a really good race in store, as the super softs probably might not be providing as much grip as they were before. So that's where Conreese can try to keep up his Jabos his fast lap on fresh ultras as he goes past Emperor and the run down towards turn 1. So he'll definitely be doing a 2-stop.
We've got a battle here for P9 between Ibbo and Bella. Now, I know Ibbo has DRS on him, and I just caught the back of it. It looked like Ibbo was trying to go around the outside of him. Bellon just squeezed him out quite a bit, going up the hill, which caused him to go on the grass, so he's now a little bit behind him. So I don't know about that move there. Bit of a half-hearted move from him.
So I think we've got Heated in PA. As Conreese gets a penalty, I think Dave is the only other person to get a penalty so far, but I'm on board with Heated right now in PA, and he is going to be thinking about pitting very soon. He's on the Ultras, and they don't really go all that far, and maybe he is trying to stretch it one stop, but Ebo, who I believe is doing the exact same strategy on the Ultras from the start, and these guys, I don't know if they're going to be one-stopping or two-stopping, because it's going to be very difficult for them to make a one-stop from this position, but you never know, they might be able to pull it off, as Old School and Dave close up on Colin Reese for P3.
Well, they've done they're on lap 13 now, so I think softs from now should be fine. So
yeah, as I think Heated has lost quite a bit of time already to LFC. I've just seen about 3 attempts he has lost to him. So I think the crossover points for the ultra soft runners that have done around 12 laps on, so Ivo and Heated, probably would have to be either this lap or the next lap. Bellon's obviously going to be catching up to Heated now as he's on obviously the worn ultra soft tyres. As I said, yeah, Heated's losing quite a bit of time to LFC already.
Old School's catching up very quickly to Conreese here, so.
As Dave picks up a penalty, and he slides quite a bit around the final corner.
Going to go back to the battle for the lead. Sorry to interrupt you here. Wave got a really bad run out of the first corner. Looks like he was going to try and do a move on the first corner, but didn't manage to. Got a really bad run, but has got DRS on Coco. I don't think he's going to get this move done here, but he may try it up on the back straight. Didn't get a decent run, but neither did Coco.
So we'll see Old School now. He is in the slipstream of Conreese, so seems to be struggling maybe a little bit more. So he's not really able to stay with the front. As Old School does a little feint to the inside, doesn't distract Conreese. as Dave is beginning to drop off from these guys as well. So Old School, as the stint as we're on, is looking quicker and quicker and quicker, and he's right in this fight now for P3, as the two leaders still nose to tail as they've been for the entire stint, coming through now, as we've still got Heated out there on the Ultras, going to be struggling quite significantly, you would think. But yeah, the top 5 still very close on track. It's going to make for an interesting race with all the different strategies.
Yeah. We've just had Jabbo go past Hammers for P11, and we've also had Karkanen go past Emperor for P13. So Karkanen is still actually on these ultra soft tyres as well. I know he pit in around sort of lap 3 or lap 4 to change his front wing, but went decided to go on the ultra soft tyres.
Both of the ultra soft starters in the pits then, and they should.
Old School going on the inside of Conreis.
Good move.
He's ahead.
But is Con going to be able to get him back on the straight? Con's not opening his DRS for some reason.
Side by side for the lead.
He's got a DRS.
Wave gets down the inside of Coco.
Perhaps.
For the lead, and he gets it.
It's a good move from Wave. Old School now obviously in a podium position. I would probably say it is also could potentially also be in the net lead, depending on obviously how these guys on the Super Soft will do after they've done their pit stops.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say Old School now probably in the net lead as Wave's disconnected.
Wave's disconnected. Oh no.
Oh no. Battling for the lead. He's already lost down to P4.
Yeah. As you can see, Conray's sticking very close to the back of Old School. He has a little look into turn 1. Both of the guys that started on the Ultras, Heated and Ebo, they've both pitted for soft, so they'll definitely be looking to go to the end.
Conreis has got a very good run on Old School. He's going to go around the outside of him. He's not going to be able to get the move done though. Will he have a better exit than Old School? It looked like he would have, but he may have oversteered it a little bit. It has still got DRS and Slipstream on him, so could still potentially get a move done coming into turn 4. Is he going to chuck it up the inside? He is!
Late move! Old School tried to close the door.
He still manages to stay out ahead, however, but they are still side by side. Is they gonna, what's going to happen coming into this long left-hander? Conry's still on the outside of him. Now coming into the chicane. Is he managed to get the move done? Coming onto the inside. Go back to Old School. They are literally side by side. Old School still ahead. He just backed off with it.
He might have got an illegal overtake because he did go very fast attack.
Yeah. So Old School still staying ahead in P2. However, Conreis could potentially make the move on turn 1. Yet the two leaders are both in the pits now.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, I've got
Bree and LFC as well.
Yep, all the super soft runners coming in now, pitting for softs, going to the end. So Coco is going to have an undercut of several laps.
Oh, hang on a minute. Wave's just gone on the ultra soft tyres. So Wave's going for a 2-stop.
Wave to that session.
Yeah, his AI's probably put it on.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Has got a really good run out.
Hangs back. This is allowing Dave to close that gap back up. These two battling, so he'll be loving this. Watching these two go at it. As you can see, as Old School maybe just struggling a little bit on these tyres. And the interesting thing is, these guys, they're going to be susceptible to an undercut from Coco as Emperor picks up a penalty, but Coco is going to get a big undercut on them. But then, these guys, once they put on their supers, and maybe even ultras, they are going to chase him down, and we could be in for an incredible finale if
It'd
these
be
guys all
very
keep it
interesting,
clean.
yeah, to say the least.
So Coco needs to get his head down now.
We just had Heated has just overtaken Bree for P9. Obviously, Bree being on fresh soft tyres, is probably waiting for him to maybe make a mistake or something. Wave's just put in the chat, my PlayStation's completely crashed, can't even turn it off. So I don't know if we're going to see Wave back in the race anytime soon. And Conreis has just spun! He spun it off to the hairpin!
No!
That's completely ruined the race for him. Coco's now going to be catching up to him, probably going to overtake him as well.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Close. So now, it looks like with Dave sort of struggling as of late in these last couple of laps, he's dropped away from Old School. This race could be coming down to Old School versus Coco.
Old School still has to pit, however. He's obviously on 17 lap old soft tyres, sorry. Coco on a fresh set of soft tyres, looking like he's lapping nearly a second faster than Dave at this point. I think I saw it a second ago. It was like 11 laps. He's obviously just getting past Wave's AI. So again, really unfortunate for Wave, and also now for Conrys, who's probably got most of his front wing missing. Yeah, his left end plate's completely gone.
The good news is that there's still 17 cars still left in the race, which couldn't be, or, well, 16 technically, but definitely not what could have been said about D2. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
We were two of them, so it's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gap between Coco and Old School really isn't like shifting at the moment. There's not a major drop off from Old School, so saying that, it is now starting to drop off quite a bit. So yeah, maybe this lap or the next.
Obviously, if Coco does end up pitting anytime soon, then he's going to be overtaken by Coco, but he can still obviously make it up to Coco, obviously being on the faster tyre, and will be on fresh super soft when he comes out of the pits.
Yeah, staying out this lap.
Yeah, I think, in all honesty, the cut-off point or the switch over would probably be around lap 21. I would say he'd probably need to pit.
Yeah. I would have, if I were Dave, I'd pit earlier just to try and get an undercut onto Old School, because right now he's quite a bit slower. And I think he needs to take a risk if he wants to try and win this race. Right now he's only really on for P3.
Oh, yeah, Coco's just brought the gap down by about a second on my lap, so
yeah,
now is really the time
for him to start catching up really quickly.
Old School pits is going to come out ahead of Jabbo, so he's just focused on catching Coco, really.
Yeah. Conrys
picks up a penalty.
Yeah, another time penalty. Oh, there's a massive battle here for P10.
Wow.
Here we go. Hammers going down the inside of Robert for the final point. We've also got the two McLarens side next to Robert. Robert's now lost 2 places in the matter of one straight, but has DRS on Conrys. And Conrys also has DRS on Hammers. This is for the final point. Is he going to try it up the inside? He isn't. But Hammers has locked up. He's going down the inside and he's spun again.
Oh, I think he might have been tagged by Robert.
Oh.
Robert made a very late move.
Sorry guys, but Dave's coming into the pits, but he's really struggling into the pit lane. So Coco is going to go clean past now. But yeah, Old School stayed out. So this is, yeah, Coco will come out once Old School makes a stop. He will come out ahead.
Oh, this could be bad news. Oh, I was about to say this could be bad news. Both of the Renaults have come into the pits, but Dave has now just come out of the pits. So hopefully the Renault garage will be able to change their tyres quick enough.
They're not ready. They weren't quite ready.
Only just.
Yeah, so now Dave, he's 13 seconds off of Coco. He is going to be catching, but I think he might run out of time because the super softs will start to go off in the last few laps. So I don't think that Dave can get that gap down to Coco, but I think Old School is in a great position right now.
He has to pit. Yeah, he's coming in now. So 10 seconds, and if Dave was 3 seconds behind Old School, you're looking at
there's a free wide going into the hairpin. You've got Ibo, Karkinen and Jabbo. Jabbo's just made a double move on Karkinen and Ibo for the final point. So very nice move from Jabbo. I know Ibo ran extremely wide, but Karkinen looks like he's trying to put under pressure. He's tapped the back of him.
He's run to the back of him. Yeah, and Jabbo, of course, just pitting, so he does have a decent grip advantage over these guys.
Old School has come out quite far ahead of Dave, so
yeah,
I think he may have slightly overcut him.
He's definitely overcut him, but he's now going to have the gap, or he's now got to have a mission to try and catch up to Coco.
Yeah.
As you said, 8 seconds. It's yellow in sector 3. Oh, it's wait, no, it wasn't. Oh, I thought it was Wave. My bad.
Did you think it was?
I thought it was Wave coming back into the game.
No.
Oh, that would have been tragic.
Wave's still ninth, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hopefully his bot does manage to get him a point at least.
Yeah.
Although judging with Karkin and Nibbo just behind him, I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, that's tragic. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Bree is on the back of Heated, and I think these guys are both going to the end now. So
yeah,
this is the battle for 4th place.
These guys have been battling. Great strategy.
Yeah, they've also been battling quite a lot throughout the race as well.
Yeah, well, in fact, Heated was ahead, but now Bree catching him on 2-lap pressure tyres, and he
Oh,
goes
he's
very
run
wide
very
around the final
wide.
corner.
And he's running very wide
Yeah.
again.
Ooh, he should have a grip advantage. Yeah, Old School catching very quickly. Looks like the gap to Dave is staying fairly stagnant, but probably extending very slightly. Couple of tenths of
growing
that.
slightly, but not by much at all. So Dave doing a good job.
If
Saying that, Dave has... No, he hasn't. It looked like he had a little moment, but...
It looks like he's struggling quite a lot.
Yeah.
So our race leader at the moment is about to lap one of the other guys that was actually fighting for the race lead, unfortunately, which is Con Reese.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Oh man.
As Bree's now
like,
closed the gap up to Heated.
And you've got to put it into perspective. He would have been right up there with Old School.
Yeah.
Chasing down Coco.
Well,
like,
it just shows the ups and downs of motor racing. Conrad has it in.
Old School plus a 7.0. He's absolutely flying.
Yeah, I'm just watching this battle for Heated and Bree at the moment. Bree keeps on running very wide on those last couple of corners, so I don't think he really particularly likes them corners at the moment. But he's going to get a very good run out of turn 1, but he's not going to have any DRS on him.
Yeah, he's lost that DRS just barely, so he's going to have to work hard this lap trying to get back in that range. We've got Bellin in P6, so he's maybe stretching it a little bit on those supers, but he wants to go to the end.
Yeah, it is a big stretch for the super soft tyres. Probably only said it'd take between sort of 14 to 16 laps as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to look after them.
Yeah. As Old School's now brought the gap down to 6 seconds from Coco and has managed to increase the gap from Dave also to 6 seconds. Coco getting a time penalty.
Oh.
So this is going to be tight. If Old School doesn't have any penalties, all he's got to do is just make up another 3 seconds. But he may have made a mistake somewhere because he's now gone up another 3 tenths, or has lost 3 tenths to Coco.
Interestingly, Old School has 3 warnings, but not a penalty, which is sort of strange.
One of them might be in collision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point.
I'll just check.
6.4.
One's exceeding track limits. Another's exceeding track limits. And the last one is cross the pit lane exit white line.
How?
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he's 1 warning from penalty.
Yeah. So he's got to keep it clean.
Yeah, he's actually not aiming at all.
Yeah, he's actually lost out in this lap slightly, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time. Lost about 4 tenths over to Coco just in this lap alone. Saying that though, he's just getting up another tenth from him.
Bree has got the gap down to Heated now to half a second as they go through the last sector where Bree has been struggling quite a bit, so we'll see if he's able to hold it together. He has already lost 2 tenths in this sector as James goes past Ebo there down into turn 3. And it looks like he's managed to make that move very cleanly. Ebo on 17 laps soft, so I imagine he will be pitting. I don't think he'll be able to stretch them that far. So Bree,
I think Ebo's on
really
actually 10 laps.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at Ryan.
Yeah.
My mistake.
No worries.
So yeah, Bree now in the slipstream of Heated down towards turn 2. I don't know if he's going to be close enough to make a move. I have to be very ambitious, and he is going to hang back on the brakes.
But he's going to have DRS coming out to the straight. Oh, he's just spun it. We've seen a few drivers now lose it at that hairpin. Bellin is now going to be able to overtake Bree on the back straight.
Bree's tyres will have less grip from that trip through the grass. He is going to have to be ambitious on the brakes. He has a little loop around the outside. Bree does hold the place, but he does have that 1 compound softer on his tyres, and Bree will definitely be struggling for grip. You see him running wide.
Yeah,
Nice
and
back.
I think he's got a bit of front wing damage as well.
Yeah, he did go into the wall, and yet you see massive amounts of understeer on board with him.
Interestingly enough,
going to be catching as well.
Yeah, Robert has just left, or has just given the position back over at Conreese. I think they were just trying to let a lap car, or it was Coco trying to lap them, but has managed to actually get past them. So Conreese now through past Robert And obviously now...
Conreis is still in front of Coco, interestingly. He's just sort of sat there,
Yeah.
just in front of Sauber. As Old School now looks like he made a mistake, but he's now getting his act together. The gap there down to 5.5 seconds. Clarkin picks up a penalty. And P8, so has been a solid recovery drive from him. And probably just about make this tires to the end. It's Yabo down the inside of LFC into the hairpin. He gets the move done nice and clean from the Renault, and he's got DRS that defends his position. LFC tucks into the slipstream. He is gaining slightly. Looks to the outside, bricks very late compared to Yabo, but Yabo able to hold that line nicely, and he's up into P6 with Bellin just under 5 seconds up the road. As Robert picks up a penalty in P14 though. And
so, interestingly enough, Wave has just said in the chat that he has joined back in, but he can't get into his car. So I think that is probably the end of Wave's race.
Emperor
Unfortunately.
Yes, 5 seconds stop go for ignoring blue flags. Is that against Dave? Yes, it is.
Oh, Karkin spun. Karkin spun. Is that next to the pit lane? He's struggling to get it back pointed.
I think he's trying to go in the pits.
Yeah, I think he was trying to go in the pits.
But he'd spun it in the process. I think he would have had a chance of taking those supers to the end. It would have been a stretch for sure.
Yeah. Wave's just said that he's actually managed to join back into the race, but I think it's too late for him, to be completely honest.
Yeah, for sure. He is only 3 seconds off the next car, which is Emperor. He got Silent Bob.
Yeah, he's back in.
Letting them through because Dave is there. Old School.
The gap from 14th to 15th is, well, actually not too big now.
Yeah.
I don't know how far off the points he would be. I'll just check.
I don't imagine he's got really. I don't imagine he's really got a chance.
Yeah, he's about 20-30 seconds off. So, but he's got to get to Bree. Who is halfway around the lap.
Old School 2-stop. I don't think he probably would go for the 2-stop, Gal. Yeah. I think he probably just try and see if he can take these to the end and take over Coco. Coco has a penalty, but Old School has just got hasn't got any penalties at the moment.
Got a good battle for P6 here between Jabo, LFC, just behind him in the slipstream. These two seem very, very similar on pace. Jabo does have better tyres, but maybe just struggling a little bit. Oh, that's very close going into the hairpin. And he just about avoids it. Wow, that was tight.
That is very tight. Very tight.
Does Bree have a chance of chasing down Ivo and Yames? He's about 10 seconds back, well, much better. Their con is out, and yeah, that race just goes from bad to worse to awful.
So Gary's just put in chat what happened. He isn't winning. So Old School, it was a wet quali. He kind of binned it on one of his first quali laps and ended up qualifying in P14. But he's now made it back up to P2. Oh, sorry, P15 he was in, but has managed to go back up to P2. So he's now trying to catch Coco all the way from when he started at the back. So he's doing a first to last challenge in this race.
First to last?
Put it that way. Last to first even. So he's trying to do that challenge, and it looks like so far it's working well. Do you guys want to try and see if has Old School picked up any penalties at all, or has he still not picked up any?
No, he's still fine. I think Coco is one off another. Oh, but he's 1 or 2 because I think he got 4 warnings before his first penalty, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
At the moment he's on 5 warnings in the race.
Old School's got that gap down to 5.1. I don't think he'll be able to catch him on track, but with the penalties, could very well get that place.
As long as he doesn't pick himself up a penalty, then he
and he is
should
1
be able
warning
to.
away, but so is Coco, so that's really interesting. 2 championship contenders, of course. So I guess was what was Evo? He's running very wide around turn 7. He's just behind Yames. These guys on similar tyres. LFC's sort of dropped off from the back of Jabo, who may be able to catch Bell, and they'll do very well to do so, though. So it looks like we are beginning to filter out now in this race, with a big gap from the points down to the rest of the field, which is very close, I have to say. But yeah, not really. much going on at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of the field has sort of died down as we're coming in towards sort of the business end of this Grand Prix in Austria around the Red Bull Ring. We've still got the battle for P8 at the moment between Hammers and Ivo. Ivo trying to see if he can gain on Hammers, but it doesn't look as if he's doing too well at that at the moment. But as it stands still, we've obviously got Coco in P1 with a 3-second time penalty. Old School in P2, who looks like he's battling a Force India, a lapped car Force India, which I think is Karkkonen.
Karkkonen.
Yeah, he's just now Karkkonen's just let him through, but I think he was just trying to do an Ocon on Old School, but it doesn't look as if it worked at all.
I just want to point out, Emperor, he has, oh god, he has 3 penalties and a stop and go, which he hasn't served, so definitely not the cleanest of races.
Not too good from him. Wave does move around the outside of Emperor. Don't think he's going to be able to get it done, however.
Old School's tyres seem to be falling off now, so...
Yeah, the gap is actually starting to stabilise now. So.
And it also looks like Old School's having to do some fuel saving as well. So it looks like he's not even going to have enough fuel. So, if it stays how it is, unless Coco gets another time penalty, I think this is probably how it's going to be staying. So I think Coco may end up coming away with the win for the Austrian Grand Prix.
Which is very important. 11 points, I believe, or 12 points off the championship lead. So that's going to put him right back in it.
Yeah, it closes it down, right down to about 4. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so the closest battle on track seems to be Hammers and Ivo.
So Elias, Wave, and
Bob. They're both catching LFC. These guys look like they're both catching LFC, who's sort of keeping up with Jabo. The gap's about 2 seconds. Jabo's tyres may start to go off.
Ooh. Old School is it's closing back up again now.
Yeah, just a little bit. Coco may have made a small mistake. Of course, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
He did go up to about 5.1 at one point, down to 5.1.
Yeah, I think Karkkonen was just holding him up a little bit too much, so...
yeah.
We've got... Yeah, Old School still just trying to make the catch-up onto Coco, as...
Yeah, dropping off.
Let's see, Hammers is now on the back of LFC, within that 1 second gap.
Yeah, LFC really struggling as of late. You can see him around the final corner as well. Not a lot of grip from the Ferrari man. That's going to start the 3rd to last lap now. As Hammers throws a little dummy into turn 1.
Got a very bad exit out of that though.
Yeah, he did indeed. He is looking like the fastest of these soft runners in the midfield at the moment. His tyres are the fresher. As he gets a nice apex there. Decent exit, a lot of wheel spin though. That might just give LFC that escape they needed. Is it going to be a late move from Hammers? He's gaining.
Oh, he goes down the inside of him.
Gets it.
Great move. Great move on the brakes. Yeah.
Very nice job from Hammers to be able to get into P7.
Very dangerous there.
Very dangerous. Still got this battle for P13 between Bob and Wave. Bob looks like he had DRS. He's going around the trying to go around the outside of Wave, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that move done.
Wave getting a poor exit out of the corner though. Looks like he's really slow in a straight line. He's gonna and stops go straight around the outside of him there. Yeah, but even so,
a lot of time.
He's got very little ERS. I think he's saving ERS as well.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Bob, he's almost got a full tank of ERS, so he can just use however much he wants of it.
Coco going on to the final lap now, and got yellows in sector 1. That is Ivo. It looks like I think he might have let a car through there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Coco has started the final lap. The only thing he needs to do is avoid getting penalty. I hope I haven't commentators cursed him, as you kind of go on board with him now. And he's just got to hold on there, keep it clean, and he should have this race won. Old School, just the these super soft tyres have just fallen off. Dave's been nowhere in this final stint.
They are
Really
indeed.
just not quite have the pace.
It does look as if they're both quite low on fuel as well. So, I mean, they should both be able to make it to the end of the race. Yellow's in sector 3. I think that's Robert.
Yeah. Corner.
As we'll ride on board with Coco just for the entirety of this last final lap. He's been doing a really good drive, especially against Wave in the first stint.
I thought that was a penalty for Coco. I saw him go slightly wide. I was like, "Oh, is that a penalty?"
Could be a penalty.
Well, I'm sure.
But
yeah,
he'll be
just and he's went. Just don't bottle it now, lad. Don't do a new Waluigi.
He's
Good
done
job.
well. Yeah, he's done it, and Coco comes home to take the Red Bull ring. Goes P1 in D3. So congratulations to him. Very good drive. Old School picking up second place.
Gabo down the inside of James on the last lap. Oh, has he got the move? It's a lot of a squeeze. Almost make contact, and Gabo does get that move for P6.
David's going to cross the line now for P3.
P3.
And I'm thinking maybe penalties repeated, but we'll just. I don't think he's going to use that much time. Is he? No.
Yeah, it wasn't too much time.
Solid drive from him in P4.
Is Hammers going to try up the inside? Hammers tries up the inside of the penultimate corner. He hits Jabbo. Is he going to be able to keep this? I think one of these two may have one more penalty than each other. Hammers stays in P6, so...
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry,
Breeze just gets them both.
So Breeze up into P6.
Everyone's going to take a point here.
Yeah. Wow. that race, that battle in the midfield got spicy right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my drive of the day has to be...
Oh, of course, yeah. There's no competition with it. It would have to be Old School. Coco's done a very good drive to get to P1 from P4, but definitely has to go to Old School.
My other one would have been Heated, but Old School. I think that's said enough.
Yeah, Old School.
Old School. That was Old School driving. Hey.
LFC for points. Yes, LFC did get some points in that race, so very good job overall. So as you see, Coco up into P1, Old School down from P14 up to P2. Done a very solid drive there. Just unfortunately he didn't manage to pick up a few more seconds over towards Coco. Dave in P3 ran out for the podium. Heated P4, Bellon in P5, Bree finishing in P6. I think he finished in P8 on track. Hammers in P7, Jabbo in P8, LFC in P9, actually picking up some points, so well done to him for that, and Emma picking up the last point in P10. Very unfortunate for Wave that his PS4 decided it wanted to crash on him. Managed to get back in, but it was too little too late, to be honest. Karkanen picking up the final... same with Conreese as well. All the way down in P17, he didn't even finish the race. Karkanen picking up the fastest lap as well, so... It was a very good race, especially within the midfields. A lot of battling towards the front as well. Coco's now closed the gap up, if I'm not mistaken. It was more than that. Yeah, it's down to 4 points. So this championship could go towards maybe up to Abu Dhabi. Who knows? Hopefully we will get that, or hopefully that will happen. But
that disconnection. Go on.
No, carry on, sorry. From Wave?
Okay. Wave, that is a huge hit to his championship hopes, that disconnection. Because he was 35 points off, I believe, and now, that is going to... With his two rivals finishing 1 and 2, that is a huge hit for him.
Yeah, it does hurt his championship hopes a little bit more. Any final words, guys?
Austria.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But we've got Silverstone next, the home track for a lot of these drivers here. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. We will see you guys next week for the race over in Silverstone.